Hi, my name is Rusty Brenner from Texas Cemetery Restoration, and today we're going to demonstrate how to take a marble tablet and mortar it into a slotted base. First thing we want to do is make sure we practice safety precautions, wearing safety glasses and protective gloves. Tools and materials that you'll need include a small and large bucket, a closed pore sponge, a level, various margin trowels, spray bottle, clean water, restorative pointing mortar, waterproof masking tape, preferably an aluminum tape, tuck pointing tools, wooden stakes, clamps, and shrink wrap. You'll also need a hammer, a drill, and some screws. So we're going to start with a tablet monument that has been previously cleaned with D2 biological solution, as well as we cut a small portion of the bottom off to remove any soft fragments of the marker that was deteriorated, as well as get us a nice smooth surface in order to mortar it back into this base. So we're going to start by testing the fit of the tablet into the slotted base. Now we're going to mix our restorative mortar. So we want a fairly dry mixture of our mortar. You want to keep your mortar dry so that it is more of a pack. It's more of a dry set mortar. We just want it damp enough that it clumps together. You see that when we shake the bucket, we get sort of golf ball shaped mortar. So per manufacturer's instructions for the mortar, it needs to set up for about 5 minutes. So while that's setting up, we're going to mask off the area of the base and the tablet to aid in our cleanup later. The aluminum tape here works really well because it bends and folds into the cracks and crevices of the base and the stone, making it a really good solution for masking off. If you have any major voids like this right here, we can cut out around the masking area and actually fill in with some restorative mortar there as we put the marker, the tablet, back into the base. As you can see, we have the entire top of this base mask off, so this will really make it easier when we clean up our mortar when we finish inserting this top. Now that we've completely masked the base, we're going to add a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch layer of mortar inside the slotted base. Then we're going to insert the tablet and then mask off the top of the tablet. Now we're going to insert the tablet to get a height, and then we're going to mask off around the tablet so that we don't get a mortar on our tablet. Now that we have both the tablet and the base masks, we're going to attach a board on a perpendicular line to the vertical angle of the marker with a board and some clamps. So now that we have a board clamped perpendicular to the vertical angle of the tablet, we're going to set up some stakes and supports in order to hold it level in this direction. So we're going to start by measuring how far out we need to place the stake that we're going to drive into the ground. Now that we have the stake in the ground at a good height, we're going to level the monument using the stick that we just put in the ground. So I'm placing the level on the tablet. Now we're going to screw the two stakes together to hold it in that level position. You can see by the level that we're level in both directions. And now we're going to take our mortar and begin to fill in the slot around this tablet in order to secure it into the slotted base. This is where your tuck pointing tool and your small margin trowels come in real handy. So now that we have mortared completely around the tablet and this base, we're going to remove the clamps. We're going to take our spray bottle of water down our mortar and cover it with saran wrap. The water in the saran wrap will keep the moisture inside, which will help it to cure slower. As you can see, I can wrap the tablet pretty thoroughly. This will help retain the moisture and allow the mortar to cure a little slower. Next, we're going to allow the mortar to set up a little bit. Then we're going to remove the saran wrap, and then we're also going to remove the masking and clean up any residual mortar that we may have got on the base and the stone. So now that we have sprayed the monument down with a little water and wrapped it with saran wrap, we're going to allow it to set up a little bit. In hot conditions, you may want to come back, respray, lightly respray, and wrap it up again. And then in 24 hours, we're going to come back. So now we're back here at the monument that we're mortaring into this slotted base yesterday. And we're going to take off our shrink wrap and then do a little cleanup. So we begin by removing the shrink wrap. Now we're going to remove the masking that we placed around the monument to make our cleanup easier. So using our closed pore sponge, we're going to remove any excess mortar that we might have got around the base here. So now that we have the tablet securely mortared back in the base, we're going to do the rest of the repairs on this marker that include mortaring the broken pieces back together, get this monument erect and stable and secure. As you can see, someone had done a previous repair to this tablet, gluing it with probably a adhesive from Home Depot, and we're going to do our best to clean up some of the excess that's smeared on the granite, put in a restorative mortar, and make it look as best we can. Thank you for the opportunity to demonstrate how to mortar a tablet into a slotted base. For more information, visit us at www.texascemeteryrestoration.com or call us at 214-686-0014.